Hey there, YouTube followers. This is Mike with PaintingWarGames. Here, I'm gonna sort of give my review on the 6 new paints that I got today. Plus another color, mint green, which I got the other day, which was in another video. But I put them on a piece of white, like Plasticard. Um, that's what I would have used. Was Plasticard. I actually had to use a comic book backing. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna get too many likes for that, but it's white. It's something that I could show off the colors, because the thing I normally use my dropper colors on has a lot of different colors on, and it's not going to be able to show up well. So, um, and excuse me, I've got the 2 new bases from Secret Weapon in here for the Hellbirds. So I'm going to be showing you guys that, and just I'll go over a little bit of how I prepare those. So I'm going to turn on my lights so you guys can see this better. All right, guys. I have the colors laid out here in front of what they are, and then I have a model here which I used another color on, military blue, which was a color that I got in with the mint green. So I'm going to show you guys these colors now. Alright, so sorry about that, guys. Alright, so the first color here, let's see if I can get better light over there. Yeah, there we go. That is Entrail Pink. And it turned out like that, and that's dry. These are Reaper Masters, or these are Reaper Master Series paints HD, high definition, and they're supposed to be high pigment colors, which they're supposed to be used for base coating, which is cool. So that is the Entrail Pink. Is darker than what I thought it would be, but that's okay. Second one is Ivory Tusk, and that's it right there. That actually, from the picture I saw of the color, that is actually pretty accurate. Sunburnt Flesh is the next one, and it's more or less a brown. It's okay. Next one is Solid Blue, and this one's actually still drying. But it is. I'll give my opinion about that color next. And this one is Winter Blue, and that's what that one looks like. Okay, so my opinion on the blues. The pictures from what I saw of the blues. Here, I'm just gonna set the camera down. Okay, so it can. There we go. The picture of what I saw on the blues. They were more of a pure blue, more of like a turquoise blue. They were not this dark in the picture, so yes, they are good base coating color if you're wanting to go lighter, but if you're buying them for like a true turquoise, gotta have a lot of pigment, not the colors to go with. And the last color is Armory Gray, or Armor Gray. Let's see. That is the color right there. It's your standard like gray blue. Alright, so I gotta get the camera focused back up on me so it quits wigging out. So the next color I got is mint green, and my camera's always gonna wig out. That is mint green. This color turned out remarkably like what was in the picture and what it looks like in the bottle. So that's what it looks like in the bottle. That's what you got. Alright. For the next and final color, sorry, I had to put the camera up there because why it's recording, it looked a little choppy. So, is Military Blue. I got this in with mint green. So I put it on the back of a. This is a Sniper Scout that I'm working on the camo cloak. So I'm gonna actually get the light. Let's see if I can get it up there. So yeah, I know the light's drowning out. It is, to be honest, this on top of the black turned out really good. It is more of a grayish blue color. So my review on the HD colors. They are true to their word. They are high pigment. Like I put my finger in the solid blue and then I rubbed it on my wall, and I shouldn't have done that because my wall's white. But that is what is left of it. There is a lot, and I repeat, a lot of pigment in these colors. There's an extreme amount of pigment, more so than P3, more so than Citadel, particularly Citadel's base colors, their baseline. These paints have the most pigment that I have ever seen. Great. I haven't tried them all yet. I haven't tried all their colors yet. So I had just got a sample because I'm a fan of blue, and I love blue, and blue is a hard color to get a lot of pigment in. But there are paints out there. There's a P3 paint. Let me see. If I have it relatively. Yeah, here it is. P3 makes a paint. Let's see, formula P3, Signar Blue Highlight. This has a lot of pigment in it, and it flows very, very well. I have not tried the flow on these of the HD paints yet. I'd imagine they're good, but I haven't tried them out yet. That's why I was just trying to test the colors, see how they actually turn out. Because a picture online that the supplier sends to, like Miniatures Market, to say, hey, promote this. This is what the paint looks like. 90% of those colors, what they say they look like, aren't what they actually look like. They either come out darker, and particularly with the blues, way darker on the blues, or they turn out lighter. The one color that stayed true, basically the two colors that stayed true to the pictures, was the Ivory Tusk, which I'm cool with. It is a bleach bone. It is the bleach bone color from Citadel. It is like that. It's just has a little bit of like peach in it, I guess, which is cool. Entrail Pink, it is a darker pink than I ever thought it was. I thought this was going to be almost a whitish pink. I almost thought that it was going to be like the mint green, but in a pink form from the picture. I was wrong, but I'm still going to use these colors. I buy paints with the purpose of using them and to sort of give my review on. All these paints will find a use somewhere down the line. Either that or maybe I'll eBay them. I don't know. The blues, though, man, I really wanted to love those colors. I really did. Because I ordered a Helldrake, and I'm picking it up tomorrow. I got to go to Miniatures Market and pick it up. My one day off this week, I'm going to go pick it up. I'm not going to wait for it in the mail because snail mail's killing me. So, I am very much pleased with Reaper Master Series course. It's Reaper Master Series paint, core colors, mint green. I'm very happy with that color. Reaper Master Series core color, military blue. I'm very happy with that. The pictures online are exactly what you get, or close to it. The mint green is a color that I'm probably going to end up buying more of, because I'm going to use this in the Helldrake. As you know, the Helldrake has the webbing, and in a previous video, I had painted a Helldrake for another guy, and I don't know if I put pictures up. I know I was having problems with the camera at that time. Just checking my time. Okay. So he used, I used, what paint did I use? I have it here in the box. I used Emperor's Children from Citadel. This is pink. And this is actually an unopened bottle of Emperor's Children. I used that, and then I used a metal color. He used, his color scheme is a Zinch-Slanesh hybrid, so it's blue, pink, that sort of thing. I did try to incorporate every color of the Chaos Gods in that, and I'll put some pictures of that Helldrake and stills or cell shots of how Gamza calls them, cell shots, at the end of this video, so you guys could see it if I hadn't made a video, because I'm still unaware of it. You know, it's been a while since I've done that model. It's almost going on, not quite a year, but it's getting there. It's going on like 6 months, I think. Yeah, somewhere in there. Is maybe May. Who knows? I can't remember. Okay. So enough with the paints. What else did I get in? What the HD paints I got in? I got in my beveled bases. Beveled base, 60mm Desert Mesa. And these are going to be used on Hellbirds. I'm probably going to reorder another Hellbird, because the plasma cannon one, since it was put together sort of bad by a gentleman who I did some work for, I can't get behind that model. It's going to be hard to paint. You know, it's just sort of not, it's not even put together well. I mean, I could rip it apart and re-put it back together, but I don't feel like going through all that. I just buy another one off eBay from Blue Bullet for like $5. No big deal. Okay, so the other base I got in is beveled bases, 60mm Desert Basin. And so I'm actually going to open these up, because I love these bases. Love secret weapon bases. I love custom bases. I'd rather buy these bases than make my own bases, to be honest with you, because these are resin and they've got a lot of detail in them. All I got to do is paint them. Or I've got to wash them, then seal them, then paint them. So, let's see. Yes, there we go. Lots of detail in this base. Lots of detail in it. It'll look really cool with a Hellbird on it. Let's open up the other one. And that was Desert Basin 01. This one is Desert. Wow, okay. Are they both that? Okay. The first one was Desert Basin 01. Now this is Desert Mesa 01. They've got a couple different lines. So, this one has a big old giant rock on it, which is going to be cool considering the Hellbird has a rock that he's standing on. So I might be able to fit his other foot up on that big one and sort of have him leaning. Who knows? So what do I do with these? With all fine. Okay, so with fine cast miniatures, with resin anything, they use a oil to pop these things out of the mold. It's a releasing agent. That oil releases everything. So do not just go, if you buy any resin, fine cast, secret weapon, whatever. If it's resin, it needs to be washed. And how I wash them is I take some dial soap, and I generally get like a little dish, like a bowl. A bowl that you'd eat out of. Except I have one that I use for just my model stuff, because people are weird. They don't like eating out of stuff. Check my time again. It's alright, I can go for 15 minutes. So what I do is I get some hot water. I put a little dab of dial soap in the bottom of it. As hot as water you can get. And you put these things in there. You let them sit. And you let them sit a good time. Wait for that water to get cold, almost. Room temperature. And that, because the oil will actually come up off of these things in that hot soapy water. So then what I do, after that happens, I drain the water, and then I go through, and I have an old toothbrush that I use just for these. And I get some, a little bit of dial soap, and I use warm water and actually scrub them. I scrub all the little details, every little bit. And then I rinse them. And I rinse them in cold water, very cold water. I rinse them and rinse them, and you rinse them until you get sick of it. About a 5-minute process between washing and rinsing. And then I let them air dry. I dry them out with a paper towel, and then I air dry them. And I let them air dry for 2 days. That way, if the resin did absorb any water, it will get done. With all resin models, clean up the edges, because there are mold lines on the edges. Like, these are the beveled bases, so clean up the mold lines. After that, like I did some Chaos Obliterators recently for a gentleman, and those things, beautiful models. First off, the guy put them together spectacularly. I am so much a fan of those models. I'm almost willing to go back to him and try to buy them off of him because he paid me. He bought the models and he paid me to paint them, and I also want to buy them off of him because I love what I did to him. But I have a sealer, and it's made to seal paint to the model. The problem I had with it is it's a flat sealer, and some of these colors come off as a satin varnish. They're not all true flat colors. That sealer will make those colors flat no matter what. So what I used, to make a long story short, is I used that sealer on the base first of the obliterators, and it sealed that model. It sealed those obliterators tight. So that way, if there was any oil left behind or anything, that sealer sealed it into the resin. Excuse me. So then the paint goes on top of the sealer. So I used the sealer, and then I used primer, a black primer to paint them. So, and ironically, I don't use a very expensive primer. I go to Lowe's and I buy Velspar paint and primer black, flat. And it's good for interior, exterior, plastic, metals, wood, go to the whole 9 yards. I have not tried out any of their other colors except for white, and they used to have a gray primer that was primer plus paint, but now it's just primer, so I'm a little leery of it. But the white and the black of that, $4 for a can. Great stuff. Do not keep it in your garage during the winter like I have had mine. I'm bringing all my paint stuff that's actually outside, all my primers. They're coming inside now because it's getting like 30 degrees at night. So, and paints get really yucky when in the cold, which is why I have had a delay on you getting this review up for the HD paints today, because I got them in the mail. I got home around 6. Got them as soon as I got it in the house. I unboxed them and I got them on my desk and I let them warmed up, because cold paints clot and they separate and it's just nasty. You don't need all that. So, like they say, ain't nobody got time for that. So, well, guys, I know this video is actually running kind of long. It's getting close to 20 minutes. But that is my review on the HD paints and the Secret Weapon miniature or fine cast bases, or resin bases, not fine cast, because fine cast is completely something else, and in my opinion, it's not even worth the money that you pay for it. If you want resin models, go Forge World, go Privateer Press. They make a better model, or they make a better resin. My opinion. Another opinion that can be discussed at a later date. And this is just sort of an update. This is what the Hellbrute sort of looks like right now. I am sort of doing a how-to video on how I'm painting it. I've got to update it again, and it's being sort of pieced together, and that's the front of it. I still have the other chassis part here. Needs about to prime, because I'm still gluing holes in that. So, alright guys, I'll leave this video, and you guys have a nice day, and as always, keep gaming.